Citizens of Earth.
All right, so we're gonna try this. This is a new thing. I'm Jared, and I have with me Michael and Doug.
Hello.
Hey.
And we are gonna check out Citizens of Earth today from Atlas. And I think we were talking about this just a few seconds ago, which is this game has kind of an interesting origin in that it's a Kickstarter that didn't go through, but Atlas liked it enough that they picked it up and decided to run with it.
Forced it upon you, the public.
The game draws pretty heavily from Earthbound. What's your guys' Earthbound background?
I rented it, and then I didn't like it.
I enjoyed Earthbound a lot more than Citizens of Earth.
Did you play Earthbound on the NES, either of you? Because it was on the NES and the SNES, and I only ever played the NES one. So, I mean, aside from like much later in life, but when I was a kid, I only played the NES one. I never played the Super Nintendo until like a ROM years later, and a lot of the magic kind of is lost by then. So anyway, I'm about 2 hours in, and I'm excited because Michael's already beaten the game, and this you say is the part where the game gets pretty good, right?
It's the part before the magic is lost.
It's the best part of the game.
It's a half hour of fun.
So let's jump
Almost.
into it here. So Michael's beaten the game, and I think Doug has never actually seen the game. So we get a little bit of everybody here. So to catch you up with this, Doug, that nice man in front is the vice president of Earth, of the entire world. And behind you, you have your mother, your brother, and the school mascot, who are the first of a team that you start to comprise. And as you can see, I haven't recruited very many people. When I make kind of a comparison here, I'd say this game is like Earthbound in theme, but it's kind of got like, and I think, did you play Suikoden? Has anybody, am I the only Suikoden player?
I
So
never
that's-
actually played it, but
So
I'm
that's a
familiar with
wasted
it.
reference. But the idea with Suikoden is they give you like 108 people that you can recruit, and that's just in the first game. So I didn't even play past
Maybe
2.
like Chrono Cross, where you have a huge cast of characters.
Yeah, kind of like Chrono Cross, maybe a little closer to Chrono Cross, because I think this roster is only 40,
Mm-hmm.
or is it 41? Part of the Kickstarter was that they were gonna have a contest to let people design the 41st person.
As best as I can tell, the 41st character never made it into the game.
Okay, so maybe that's like DLC later. Or
It'll
something
be a
like that.
fuck you Kickstarter people.
So you
Why
can see
didn't
that
you
I've got the your brother, your mom, who are just automatic recruits when the game starts. I got conspiracy guy. I got the baker. I got the lady cop, and I have the school mascot, and I'm missing a few in
Candlestick
between.
maker.
It seems like only a few, like just your mom and your brother, just get recruited automatically. Everybody else, you kind of have to like do a task for them before they come and join you. So.
Throughout the whole course of the game, I think I only found one character who I couldn't progress without recruiting.
Oh, so you don't necessarily have to get everybody? I mean,
No,
I
I
think you
only
don't have to get
recruited-
everybody, but...
I got about half of them, and I was able to, like I said, I think there was only one guy who has an ability that you just need to progress.
Okay. So there's some kind of cool stuff to it. Like they all have stats, so it's pretty standard RPG stuff. He's got attack, defense, that kind of goods. They do have equipment, but they only equip just one thing at a time, and it just gives them a really basic bonus. And when you've got 40 characters, that's understandable, because all the equipment is unique to those characters. I don't know if any of it's ever shared, but whenever I've picked up an item, it said, like, this is for your brother.
Yeah, I don't believe anything can be used for a different character.
Yeah. And then they have their skills here, which these actually are organized a little better in battle, so I'll kind of go through them a little more when we get there. The other kind of cool thing about recruiting people is you get these talents. So if I go into talent, I don't know who's necessarily got the best one. Your brother has a pretty good one where he'll basically place an order from the store, and the prices are increased a little bit, and they all have a wait time attached to them. But if you're in the middle of a dungeon and you really want a muffin...
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do. You just pay the $150, and then in 15 minutes it shows up, and you can have it. Can you order more than one thing at a time?
You know, that I'm not sure about. I don't
know that I ever tried.
I went through this entire game and I never used an item once. So
He also has stuff that I've never even found in the stores yet in some cases. So I don't know, but everybody's is different. So his makes sense because he works for FedUps or whatever, and he'll get you the stuff shipped to you.
now as you progress through the game, you can actually increase or level up those talents. So later in the game, he can actually order more stuff.
Right. The cop will give you like a bounty board kind of thing. So these are people who are criminals that you can go and fight right now. So there's Queasy Bee and Madam Clam, you know. And then I'm trying to think if I have one who has an inane talent. This is one that doesn't make sense, right? So the cop gives you like a bounty board. Your brother orders things from the delivery company he works for. The school mascot just changes the game's difficulty.
But you get more rewards for the harder difficulty and less
Right.
rewards.
I don't know why the mascot, like, I guess somebody had to do it.
Well, there are a couple of characters, like the beekeeper, who just increases or decreases the zoom on the camera.
Yeah, see, so that's kind of...
Maybe the mascot is like your morale. Like in a big game, if the mascot's not into it, your team won't win. But if he's really into it, he can like pump you up and make you ready to go for bigger challenges.
That's some
He's
good
all
theory
about school
crafting.
spirit.
That's some good theory crafting there.
Or it's nonsensical and makes...
So anyway, there's other stuff in here, but I think that probably gives you a pretty basic idea. I don't remember what I was left off doing. Let's see. I guess I would. Should I have a hotel room? Sure. I don't know why I'm talking to an eagle either. I think that's the first animal that I've encountered that talks to me in the game.
The first one.
So will there be more?
Yes.
And nobody's really mentioning that a talking eagle is here.
Well, remember earlier on the game, you had a chat with a bumblebee.
Oh, I did talk to a bee. That's right. So, I don't know. I mean, do you see the Earthbound, like, aesthetic when you look at this?
It tries very hard to be Earthbound.
So here's an example where we can recruit this guy. So we can come down here and hit recruit, but he won't do it until, I guess I just find her up in, I said he, but it's a she. But I have to go find her up in Appleton. So it'll just mark a little quest there. And when I get to that part of the map, I can go and do something.
She'll give you another quest to do.
Let's go ahead and try to dream. Why not? A little nap. Now, something to mention while I'm in the dream. Oh, whoa. Okay. Have you done this before?
Yes.
So let's go. So we're tiny now. A certified expert on dream analysis. Oh, so I'm guessing
Need another
that I'm
character.
wasting my time by doing anything here.
You'll meet a psychologist later who can help you out with that.
Okay, good. So let's go back then. All right. So not a lot of sense in dreaming right now, but later on we can recruit the character for that.
Hey, it's never too early to dream.
Let's see. Let's see what's upstairs.
Another character.
There's somebody else. Let's see if we can get her. Oh, this is the pilot.
You need something.
Until I see every movie in the drive-in theater. All right.
You need something.
I never found this bitch at the drive-in once.
So how did you recruit her?
I didn't.
Oh, you just never recruited her?
No,
D.
because you can use her talent just by talking to her, but if you have her in recruited, you can use the talent anywhere.
Oh. But so she wasn't at the drive-in.
I never found her.
Maybe
there.
you have to watch every movie.
A lot of times,
That sounds awful.
there aren't really like
Ooh, cowboy.
instructions. So the cop, when you recruit her, for example, she's just like, bring me evidence. But there's no discernible, clear way where to find evidence or evidence of what.
What
Like,
evidence do you want?
yeah, just evidence.
I believe you get the evidence by killing rogue Java beans.
Yeah, you do. You kill some coffee beans. And
Now it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense in practice, but
so there's the gambler. Find him at the casino. And see, so I mean, like a lot of these are. I don't necessarily want to say uninspired, but I mean it's just find him at the casino. It's just find these characters at another place.
well, they'll give you a mission once you get there.
Ah.
But then the mission they give you is generally uninspired as well.
So I just leveled up. picked
By
a bunch
opening
of
a
stuff.
package.
By opening a package. Let's go see if we can find something to fight. I feel like fighting would be a good decision.
Are there a lot of, I guess, enemy mobs, or is there like a very tiny
So
amount?
starting out, I think it actually has a pretty good balance. Like you'll be in a dungeon, and it's similar to Earthbound, where it's like an individual character icon will run up to you and start the battle. And here, if additional mobs draw in, so you'll fight like 3 or 4 enemies at a time if they all pull in. Later in the game, though, it's too packed. The maps are too big, and there are too many monsters.
Great.
So we're going to we're gonna go meet the president. Oh, and hey, a talking cone. Oh,
All
okay.
right.
I'm guessing that I'm probably gonna fight cones in this area, or
Yes.
fight this thing.
You figured it out.
Good luck.
It's a stop vine. All right, so let me show you how this is laid out. This is something that I'm impressed with, but that is ultimately kind of tedious. So first of all, the vice president doesn't fight. He just sits in the corner down there and just kind of does a little air hump motion in every battle.
But look how happy he is about it.
But so up here, you have all your different moves, and anything with the blue icons next to it gains you these spheres. So see under like Mom how she's got 2 energy spheres there. So if she had 2 that were empty, casting these spells would gain her 1. And then casting anything in this column actually loses your spheres, and then I believe that this just has no effect on it, one way or the other.
Right.
So if you don't have any spheres to lose, then you can't cast anything in Courage. So Mom's moves are very Mom-like, right? So she can do Nag, which is there's a tab here, so there's actually 3 moves in the Nag section. So she can lecture the stop sign, she can scold it, she can reprimand it, and they all do just different things. Like this one does defense down on everybody. This is pretty much I don't usually have much reason not to just lecture them, so we'll just do that for right now. Your brother, same deal. So you can see that I've never seen a discernible reason to do wrestle or beatdown. This one's 2 to 7 attacks that all hit the same person, and this one's just 1 attack that hits the same person.
And beatdown's worth exactly the same amount of energy?
Yeah, they both will just gain you a point back. And then Rough and Tumble just is a weak attack that hits everybody, which makes sense.
Yeah.
The school mascot has probably the best move in the game, which is Mock down here. I think it's
Taunt.
It's Taunt.
Increased experience.
So if you want to use Taunt in every fight, ideally, because at the end of the fight you're going to get a bunch of bonus XP for running it. And you can see here.
Keep it up.
So everybody talks in battle, and it gets so old so quickly.
Each character only has about 2 or 3 lines of recorded battle dialogue.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like something that should be cut down significantly.
This is also kind of a neat thing that I just felt like I never had a reason to use, which is you get stat boosts when you level up, depending on who else is in your party. So you can kind of do like a Pokemon like EV training kind of thing, you know, where you're deliberately trying to raise certain stats. But I have no idea why I want to raise certain stats, and it's not the only way to find out who boosts what is to win a battle, at least as far as I can tell. So I'm probably not going to experiment for that. I do have maybe say one scenario. So the school mascot, I want him to run his taunt every time, so I get the bonus XP. But sometimes the enemy is so weak that if the school mascot takes the last turn, he can't run the taunt because the thing dies before then. So maybe like I could raise his agility so that he's always the first person to attack. But I have neither the patience nor the desire to do that.
This game is not good enough for you to want to...
I'm not saying it's not good enough. It just
I'll say that.
check it out. It's like the Burger King Kids Club. Let's see what we got going on here.
Do you remember the Burger King Kids Club, the kid in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Do you remember what his name was?
His name was Wheels.
Wheels.
Yeah.
And I think the funny thing is that was probably super progressive at the time.
Since I've been so good, each get to pick
They were
out
a very diverse group.
I hear ya. I've got about 6 months of comics to catch up on.
Oh man,
Where to start?
nerds. Am I right?
Seriously.
Now, best. Dad, should we go to that bistro for breakfast? Nah, it's too greasy. Fluffos didn't like it the last time.
That's her cat, by the way.
One of her cats. Okay.
So, spot on writing.
Did I hit recruit? Was that? No, I don't want to talk to him again. No. Okay, all right. Be very careful.
Go to buy.
Join you? I have so many more citizens. If I join now, it's
Okay, so for her, I need more followers than she has cards. How many cards does she have?
I don't think it necessarily depends on the number of cards she has, but
know if you want to see.
I think there's just a number you have to hit.
There's just a random number that I don't know that I have to hit.
Right.
Oh, great.
Yeah, good times.
I'd like to oh shit. All right, so if they hit you from behind, then they do an ambush, and the only thing that happens to you is everybody loses one of those energy spheres. So it's not the worst thing in the world. You can see, unfortunately, I feel like I kind of just showed you everything that there is to combat. Like, I've got all these attacks, like the Charlie horse, which is extra strong and has a 50% critical hit chance. But what is that one? That one uses 3. So see down there in the bottom right, so 3 spheres. So I wouldn't be able to cast this one right now because he's only got 2 available. But I get Dogpile on the sign.
I will give the game credit. Each character has a pretty unique set of skills, so each one plays fairly different from one another. It's just that, like, right now you have the best trio in the game. Like, you're just an unstoppable killing machine at this point.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody's got kind of like a theme to them that's cool. So like the mascot, his moves, for the most part, his moves will only hit everybody. Which is, I guess you could kind of make up a thing and say like, well, that's because, the school mascot yells at everybody and he's in your face.
Well, your mom seems, it's a healer, right?
Shit, I got jumped on again. Your mom is a healer and a debuffer, pretty much. So like most of her moves lower enemy defense, but she can hug you, which gives her a little bit of health and whoever she hugs.
Are there other healers in the game that you can get, Michael?
Yeah, for example, the baker is a pretty good healer.
Okay. I should know, like, she was literally the only one, so obviously she'd be required.
No,
there's a pharmacist who I didn't recruit, who I believe is also a healer.
So I'm gonna run all my multi-enemy attacks. We'll see how that goes. So this move's kind of interesting. It does a physical attack, and then all the damage that you do, 50% of it comes back to you. I've never actually run it because it seems counterintuitive. But why not?
It's like the Pokemon move.
Yeah, what is that
or
move?
something, or-
Tackle? It's not tackle. Tackle's the...
Tackle is just a basic move.
Oh, well, that didn't hurt that much.
So wait, don't attack the crab when he's in his cone because he's invincible.
Oh, see?
He's relaxing.
This is my first crab that I had to fight, so...
Well,
Yeah.
it's close to real life. Like when crabs are inside their cones, you can't do anything there.
Just,
Completely safe.
What you need is a guy with a pot of boiling water.
It's normal. That's a normal thing that just happened.
When I fight crab, yeah, see.
Shit. Well, come out. How do I get them out of their cones?
You just gotta wait.
Oh, and he healed too. Great. I love it.
Now, what's motherly advice? Is that actually
That's-
selectable?
It's kind of like a tutorial.
So I think this is her talent, right?
Yes.
So some of the characters' talents are actually usable in combat. So you can pull up her stuff in the middle of it. And like the other one that's kind of handy is the conspiracy guy. He keeps like a bestiary, so everybody's stats are in there, and he has a move that captures an enemy's stats, so you can see how much health or defense or whatever they have. Let's see. Target repeats last action. That's interesting. So, I guess we'll just nag them. I don't really need any health. I'm not particularly... Oh, so they came out. That's lucky.
Yeah. I think the cone crab kind of is indicative of what's wrong with a lot of these fights. Like, a lot of these monsters actually have kind of a unique, way of battling them. Which is fun, like the first couple of times, like trying to, time your attacks to match it with the crab jumping back into his cone. Mm-hmm. But in the long run, I mean, you're gonna fight this crab so many times that really just like
You just want to hit the button.
right. It's gonna drag out a battle longer than you're interested in fighting it.
See, like this is already kind of annoying, actually, and I'm not. These are my first cone crabs. And,
Like, it would be better if when he's in his cone, it obviously raises his defense, but you should still be able to hurt him.
Right.
I feel like, and that would take a lot of the tedium out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And they're cones.
And I mean, the killer is that it makes it not tedious, right? Like it makes the combat with him less tedious, but only like the first time.
Right.
But once they throw like just enemy after enemy after enemy at you, it just kind of gets old.
I feel like that mechanic should be safe for a boss where he's completely invincible.
So you probably noticed that I've been shooting my dudes. I haven't actually pulled this off successfully since we've been playing, but if you hit an enemy, from behind with that dash, then you'll get a jump on him in combat. I don't want to fight that.
I think it's
Is this just one I can talk to?
yes.
Oh, so there's your crab origin story. They all broke into the warehouse.
No, I think what will happen with the dash attack is that if the enemy is weak enough, you'll do an auto kill.
Oh, that's right. You actually don't
Which
even
I-
get a bonus. You take them out completely, and then you just get some XP.
Which I didn't figure out until after the game was over.
So there's a lot of weird stuff going on with Moonbucks, which is your local Starbucks chain in game.
Oh, now I get it. See, I didn't.
For real? You played this whole game?
No, I was being sarcastic because
I thought
it's so
it was
over.
a red rooster, like coffee, but Starbucks makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, get away. I don't want to fight those. No.
And here's another problem: is as you can see, there's only 2 monsters on this entire map, which is pretty much par of the course for the rest of the game.
So just any dungeons, like maybe 2 or 3 enemies.
3 at most, but I'd say almost always 2.
It's Agent Einstein, but he's not being very secretive at the moment.
Very secretive.
It's secretive, sir. And no, we're rebranding. Left that whole image behind us. We're all about likability and approval ratings now.
Well, now you're speaking my language. Anywho, my secretary tells me I'm needed inside for some medium-level urgent matters.
Really? Your name's not on the guest list for today.
I'm just the vice president of the world.
Guest list? Sir, there's walking stop signs. If that's not medium-level urgency, then I don't know what is.
Those
Okay.
things? We installed them as part of an initiative to reduce traffic and increase security. It's a wondrous age we live in.
Seems odd.
I'm kind of already
They say
over this
stop,
game.
But stopping is the one thing they can't seem
So
to do.
it's not seeming like it's the right choice.
Now, will you
Some of the
open
voice
gate so I
acting
can
just
speak
feels
with the
off to
president?
me, and I don't like it.
I've got to say, like about 5 minutes with this game is pretty much enough.
The voice acting is
Nonsense.
it's
That's
not the
just a game
worst.
he has to
No,
play.
Like it's not great, but
It seems lacking to me, and I can't put my finger on it.
yeah, there's definitely it leaves something to be desired. Oh shit! All right, let's see if we can. So you have to, from what I can gather, I've only pulled this off a couple times. You have to hit them from behind, which I should be able to do.
Get him!
So there you go. I don't know if you also have to like pass a stat check or something, or if you just have it by default. But that's basically the process right there.
I'm not sure if you necessarily have to hit them from behind, but yes, I believe you have to be a certain degree of more powerful than they are.
Let's see. What can I go down here? Wait, was he gonna let me in? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you're supposed to go in.
Okay, good.
You're supposed to meet with the
I
president.
thought maybe I gotta sneak in, you know? Something that Michael had mentioned while he was playing was that he encountered a lot of technical problems.
The game, especially when switching maps, tends to crash a lot.
I haven't had any, but I mean, I'm only 2.5 hours in, but I haven't had any discernible issues. No freezes, no lockups. Oh, good, another eagle.
Where's
toupee
the usual
eagle.
receptionist?
That's pretty insightful humor right there.
But she always stalked my
I don't know that I'm getting the joke.
Because of the bald eagle.
Oh.
So this one's like the exact opposite.
Comedy gold.
Seriously, that's,
Yes, I've noticed.
these guys could write for Saturday Night Live.
Pretty easily.
I need you to open the gate so I can see the president.
I'm sorry, but lowly citizens need an appointment to see the president.
All right.
Be cool. I've got this.
That's another thing that feels kind of like a failure on the part of this
Vice
game
president of
is
the world. I don't need appointments.
it doesn't matter who's in your team at the time. They would say the exact same thing.
They would say the same thing,
Right.
yeah.
So they don't have, like, I think there are a couple
sorry,
areas
I
where,
didn't
like, if you have the right character, you'll get a slightly different
there's a
dialogue.
poster of me right
But for the
behind
most
you.
part, it's just the
Maybe just a little too scarce. Like you wish that there was more of that.
Exactly. It doesn't feel very customized.
Is there? Oh,
Oh, there I am.
Finally.
So,
So, let's bring on that service with a smile.
You were the trophy candidate, right?
Trophy? Who do you think you are?
The gates have been opened.
okay, I'm
The
kind
gates have
of,
been
Yeah.
opened.
kind
of over
The gates
it.
have been opened.
all right.
I've already been through this once, and that was one time too many, so get with it.
I don't really think that anything happens in the story of this game that I've been like interested in really. Like I don't know. There's
You barely know what's going on for most of the story. It's just like you
wacky.
gotta go there and do something. Otherwise, something you can do it.
so that
Go.
to maybe catch you up, like the summary here is that as you wake up the day after you've been elected president, and there's a protest.
Vice president.
Or that's right, vice president. There's a protest that's been organized, and let's talk to this guy. Get this guy.
Do you need something? Sir?
Yes, I
I'm
do.
swamped right now, Mr. Vice President. Maybe I can stay
Ah.
out for a bit.
Finish the tasks. All right, so this is one where I'm actually getting a quest, and I don't know where. Do they show up in the agenda?
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a recruit. Although it's not very.
But it doesn't. I don't think it tells me the tasks. I think it still just says the same thing.
If you click like I think it's A. Okay, yeah. See, it'll give you a vague description, but sometimes it's pretty useless.
Yeah. So most of these are just the same.
Go somewhere.
So like, let's see. The secretary finish the tasks assigned to me. I'm not sure what tasks those are, but that's what I need to do next. So yeah, let's talk to the president. See what's new with
It's
him.
not Obama.
That's not Barack Obama.
He's white.
Oh, well,
Sure.
you're a busy man.
Don't hold it
after all.
against him.
Sure, I must be. I don't know.
He may be white, but he's also from this country.
Ooh.
Oh, just doing my job, sir. Anything to pull my...
Did you tell him why you woke me up this morning? Mr. President, we need to...
Anomalies, you say?
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, see, this is a game that I would just skip all the
If you're
dialogue.
like super interested in this, I'm sorry, but
What about the bear
I just
made of eggs?
don't. I don't have it in me. So they're talking about moonbucks.
Bear made out of honey.
Yeah. Oh, did they talk about the bear made out of honey? You fought a bear made out of honey, which I kind of liked.
And now the president has sent you to Moonbucks to get some coffee.
To get coffee. All right, can do.
So clearly the game's not impressing. What could the game have done to have been?
Okay, I actually had a moment where, all right, so Jay always likes to make fun of Jared and I's refined sense of humor. So, and he's not here to defend himself, but
Oh, it's the bodybuilder.
Need a spotter? What do you want?
I'm gonna recruit you.
not here.
Okay, so why is he here?
They just show up sometimes to have dialogs, which
So
aren't funny.
we had a debate here because I said this is Patrick Warburton. Let's listen to him again.
Need a spotter, Pipsqueak?
No.
want?
It sounds like someone's trying very hard to
He
emulate.
convinced me. So if you're out there, bodybuilder voice actor,
Talk politics.
If we mosey on over to the gym, you get some more dialogue, which will, I think, dispel it.
Go ahead.
okay, I'm done. All right, nope. Ah, shit.
All right, while we're sitting through that dialogue again, I was thinking, like, man, this really sucks. And then I thought to myself, like, well, maybe I'm just too highfalutin to enjoy a comedy game. So what would this game have to do to change my mind? And I realized, like, if this was like an episode of Futurama, that would be exactly what I want from this game, like that kind of comedy. But it's not. It's kind of like an episode, or Family Circus. It's kind of like Family Circus.
It's very it's very squeaky clean.
It's like E++.
So I have little things that would help me. none of the characters are named, so they all just are named their title, which doesn't really like you can name them yourself, but then you're kind of just making your own, like you're enamoring yourself to it, right? Instead of actually having the character be likable, you're just making it. It's like getting attached to your guys in Oregon Trail. Like they're not doing anything. You're just attached to them because you named them
After your classmates.
after your friends who then died. Ah, shit! I got into a fight with a stop sign. So I feel like maybe better characterization would have helped me.
Yes.
Also, the vice president is very unlikable. Like, just even right now, I don't like him. I don't like what he's doing right this second. Help! Like, do something.
This calls for a celebration.
So you say it's squeaky clean. There's not even like an innuendo that a child would miss?
I think there was one comment about like how hippies have vegetarian diets, so they're like ruining porta potties.
That's it?
Didn't Jay say there was like a fisting joke or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
He found something that was off.
You meet a monster or something, and he says like, "Your mouth says no, but my fists say yes."
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if that's necessarily as dirty as he interpreted it, but
That probably was not their intent, you feel
Yeah.
like.
That doesn't really look. Let's get down to business.
because
So, I
that'd
mean,
be
like,
way
there-
too funny.
There's a lot of I guess coffee.
I look like a barista. I don't have any coffee. Please leave.
He's literally holding coffee.
And his name is Cappuccino.
He's holding
Come on.
coffee. His body is dispensing coffee, and in his other hand are the ingredients to coffee. Like, I don't even.
Any normal person would assume he has coffee on him.
This is not the kind of thing that should be upsetting me, but it is.
So give me whatever your hand is made out of.
Give me that. Give me the coffee you have. I guess I'll just
Since
fight
when
him.
does that matter?
Sorry. Please come back with the correct paperwork.
Like, what the fuck is this even talking about? And then I guess I just.
Well, I guess we should go back to the Capitol building.
I've heard that twice, and that has already worn its welcome.
No, he's not a happy camper with
Okay. Let's see here. See, and like, I wonder if that dialogue changes, because like your brother acts like he knows you really well. He's like, it sounds like someone else I know. But like,
I don't think it does, though.
like the mailman just met me. He doesn't know.
Oh, good, Agent. Here, would you mind popping in and seeing what you...
Sir, you're under arrest.
Oh, cool. I'm under
I'll ask
arrest.
the question, citizen. Tell me, sir, did you or did you not kidnap the president?
Kidnap? That's incredible.
Oh my god. He does that a lot.
He does that a lot.
Yeah.
For interrogation.
Oh no.
I feel like that's something that would be immediately annoying, and then after a while, it would start to become funny again.
No, after a while, you just stop giving a shit.
Tim Allen from Home Improvement just snuck in. Oh no! So something else to mention is each of these moves. So these are verbal moves, so they're purple. You can see the little symbol there, and like here's a physical move. So everybody does have weaknesses. I don't know if there's an easy way to tell what people are weak against, or
Sometimes it's just kind of like
Or if
a
it's just, like,
logical
trial and
conclusion.
error.
Like the coffee beans are weak to fire, roast a coffee bean. Other times it just seems to be like,
so
shit, I
like,
don't know, random.
What are moms weak to? Daughter and sons leaving the house, or
time. Just
Not wiping your feet.
their boys growing up. Oh, don't hurt my mascot. See, now I'm gonna hug the mascot, which actually won't really help that much. I'm gonna give this guy a Charlie horse, and then I'm gonna fucking use my swagger, swagger, like you do.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I'm pretty well.
Done, team.
team killed the Secret Service, the not so Secret Service. Sorry.
Well, I didn't do it. I'm a kind, honest, hardworking, innocent man. Fine. I'm an innocent. We go to the Capitol and clear my... We're in Capital City. Capital with an A. I meant the Capitol building with an O. Really not that difficult.
See, like you, the school mascot is just. Both of these people are just devoting their time to you for no reason whatsoever.
You're being a fuckhead.
And you're being a goddamn asshole. And like I said, I mean the from the man who just made up the word
No
incredible.
talk. From here on out, we move with stealth.
See, like, I don't feel like my mom would say that to me. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think the humor. There's a lot of guys. I don't know that the humor really does it for me.
Now, see, but imagine if like the vice president were written like Zap Brannigan from Futurama.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be a lot more enjoyable?
I mean, he's already
Even
kinda,
if he wasn't like a heartless sex hound.
He's already. It's so hard to describe what's missing. Like, it's just there's not like.
I'll tell you what's missing. Jokes.
There's not there's not like a soul to it really. Like everybody's unnamed. He's not a person. He's just vice president. And I think that just kind of carries over for everybody else. I don't know what that is. What is going on here? Oh Lord.
I think when we were talking about the game in earlier, Jay had mentioned there seems to be a lot of loading screens, and I can kind of
Do you get that vibe?
agree with him. I was like, yeah, it's really quick on the PS4, but it still seems like there's a lot for a game that shouldn't have as many as it does.
Well, and like we were saying, I mean, it seems like the technical issues, that's mostly where they occur too, is the loading screens. And just those transitions. So,
although I would say by far and away the second most common issue I had was I would get stuck behind something, like a piece of scenery, and not be able to move out from behind it. And I think that ruined my game like 3 or 4 times at least.
yeah, so I don't know what else. We're like RPG experts. What would improve this? What happens if I get hit by that? Oh, it starts combat.
Yeah,
Okay.
you fight the missile.
Oh, I fight the missile. So you can see there the enemies actually stacked because they were close enough together. I don't know if there's a limit to how many that happens. It's
5, I believe.
maybe kind of an interesting thing that could happen. Is there a secret to the missile?
You just gotta beat it up real quick because it's gonna explode.
Oh, good. Let's do let's do my swagger again.
No fair.
Oh wait, so this is the time where I should have paid attention to the order. It doesn't matter anyway because he's dead. But
You got this.
actually, it's gonna work out great because the mascot's move is gonna hit the stop sign for a lot of damage.
I do like that you can level up in the middle of a battle because that actually,
It heals you.
yeah, that paid off a couple of times, like during earlier fights when I'm getting my ass kicked a lot.
When you didn't have like the healing items that you needed.
Exactly.
I think maybe a more clear, like the game, I know what I'm trying to do right now, right? Like I'm trying to find the president. But it feels like there's not really an overarching goal, really. And I mean, if you guys think back to like Super Nintendo RPGs and that kind of stuff, I don't know that they had like amazing combat. I don't feel like that's why we played those games. Like you played those games because Frog was a really cool character and you wanted to see what kind of crazy shit he did next.
Well, I don't think you can count Chrono Trigger because it did have amazing combat.
It was
But I'll
okay.
forgive you for your blasphemy.
Oh, what? I'm fighting this guy, I guess. Oh, this is Moody Foodie.
This is one of the bounties that the lady cop gives you.
Cool. So we'll get to see what happens when we take one of these guys out.
No, nothing.
What is
Would this be
So
like a
target
more boss
repeats-
difficulty? Or
This guy, a little bit.
Oh. So this move lets me double up one of my other moves. So I could, I like that. That's a cool idea. So I could run a really powerful attack on my brother, and then she would have him run that powerful attack twice, even though he doesn't have the energy for it.
Right.
So there's lots of little stuff like that, and I'm sure that there's kind of some unique combos of characters that you could come up with. But like Michael said, like this team that I'm running right now is so good, and nobody else is earning any XP that just like, why would you ever swap them out?
Yeah, that's another thing is you don't get XP for the characters who aren't fighting.
Yeah, and that was something even like old RPGs that would drive me nuts. Oh, Moody
man.
Foodie's tough.
I think you were about a bit outclassed here.
I have a feeling I'm just gonna wipe here.
You gonna die.
Fair.
Yeah, let's just.
You can try to run away.
Oh, where's that?
I guess you can't actually. The bottom left corner.
Yeah.
no running for you.
Which doesn't make sense because that guy's really fat. You'd think it'd be easy to run
I think
away.
it'd be a lot simpler to run away from him.
If you run away, he should have a heart attack and you just win it immediately.
Yeah. See, that would be like a nice touch that I would enjoy from the game.
Okay, so I got defeated by. Oh, I don't know if I've ever.
You're right.
I don't know if I've ever died before.
Well, now you have.
So you just go back to the beginning of the map. So I can go fight him again if I want.
I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah.
It does not seem like a good use of our time.
And yet you seem to be charging back at it.
Let's just. Can I fight the tank if I?
No, you can only fight the mini missiles.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh shit! That's a lot of crabs. I see, and so like, just to show you this game, I don't know if I have the patience for this fight right here. Like, I don't know if I feel like.
Just have everybody use your attack all skills, reprimand and whatnot. I think you should be tough enough that it's.
Okay, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna reprimand. I'm gonna rough and tumble, and I'm gonna cheer. I think they're all gonna heal.
Your bruh. No.
If
come
you do
on.
another round of that, I think you should have him.
Come on, let's do it. Oh wait. Okay, reprimand, rough and tumble. Oh fuck! No wait.
Yeah, do the pain train. It's more powerful.
Oh sure, why not?
Now,
Shit.
does this remind the last attack you did? Because I always like that when RPGs do that. I'm not sure.
It's what?
Like, does it remind?
No.
That's one of the things they've changed recently, and it's one thing I love about newer RPGs.
Yeah, it has no idea what you've done recently. I'm trying to think of even you say that like it's a newer thing. Final Fantasy VI did that. Like
That's
you just
true.
went into the menu and there was a button that you changed
Remind.
that set it to
Or-
memory. And if I remember correctly, that was how you did the old river trick where you.
You just leave your controller on and you level to 100 in a night.
Yeah, you just like tape down a button, and run through the river overnight, and become super high level.
Which that actually reminds me of another issue I have with this game is, like I said, you're going to be having a lot of fights. So at some point you're just going to want to, smash the button, get through it, be done with it. However, for some characters, like their first attack is like a useless attack that you'll never want to use. Like later you get this hipster soda shop guy who I hate so much. But the first attack, like if you just pound A, will give another character a soda, which will increase their attack, but then it'll have like a crash period where it decreases the attack. So if you have him in the party, instead of just being able to pound X and get through it, you gotta stop and use one of his crappy attacks.
See, that's annoying. Like sometimes if I want to grind in an RPG and I out-level the content, I just want to hit attack and waste everything that I fight for a half hour. I don't want to have to. At that point, I don't want to have to micromanage my team.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, I think the overall thing that would make this better for me is just if there was a more clear like story arc to it. Right now, it just kind of feels like I'm wandering from situation to situation, and none of them, they're all connected by this kind of, spoilers, there's going to be maybe some supernatural stuff going on. You
Really?
might not have been able to
With
tell from that
stop
sign.
signs and-
Oh, what are these?
All right, here we go.
Tiny tanks.
Tiny tanks.
With faces.
See, sometimes it's cute like this, like there's tiny tanks. I like that.
Yeah, I will give, like I've said, I give the game a lot of credit. Like it's got a very cheerful, charming art style that's cute, but just so fucking boring.
I've always felt like, and I guess like a Dragon Warrior fan might be offended by something like this, but I've always felt like combat that's from the rear like this is less good than side based battle systems. Just because I like to see my guys like being cool, right? Like I want to see them like jump in, stab a guy, and this kind of is.
Instead, you're gonna see your brother like raise his arm.
Nobody's cool in this.
Yeah.
Is the problem? Like
even NES, like if you did a fire attack, add a little bit of fire or something like that. And
no, there's
here it's just like a fist.
There's a little bit, like you can see that little like swoosh, and I'm sure there are characters who probably have a little more than that, but
A little bit.
Those tiny tanks went down pretty easy. I liked that. Oh, hole in the fence. That's probably.
Or maybe nothing.
So you get items, but you don't get weapons. And when I don't get like a weapon in an RPG, it bothers me.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I can go in here.
Like, why can't my mom be holding a rolling pin and like upgrade the rolling pin as the game goes along?
Oh, the cop's here.
Hello. What's your business here? Do you have something to report?
No. I thought I did recruit you.
It just opens up like the change party, which is funny because you can do that at any point in the game just by opening up the menu.
I would actually also say that the recruits don't come quite fast enough. I've been playing for probably close to 3 hours now, and I still only have the same people. I guess I could go out and search more.
Yeah, you really have to go out there and find them.
It's so unclear about where people are that, how long have I been playing now? Yeah, probably about 3 hours.
You just gotta go to Appleton. Everybody's in Appleton.
How do I get out of this place? Oh no, tanks!
All right.
Damn it! I don't feel like it.
Yeah, see, this is kind of the problem with the game, is like, you've already fought this battle once. That was probably more than
That
enough.
was enough. I got the general
And now
idea.
you have to do it again.
I don't think that asking for more interesting combat is really going to help. I think it's really just the story and characters that need to be refocused, because I don't think there are a lot of retro RPGs that have combat that I'm just dying to like experience the next run. I played, if I think back to like Final Fantasy and all those games, I just played them for the stories. I didn't play them to
And boss battles.
have all the super cool fun. Like,
Yeah, like if I want to go back and play them now that I can play like these old games on emulators and stuff, and they have a speed up function.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
super hard to go back to playing it like a traditional. It's like, okay, I've seen this attack 10,000 times. Where's my button to speed the fuck up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mother knows best.
I can't remember if the character dies, do they stay dead, or do I need to?
In this game?
I think I have to revive him, don't I? Even after.
Yeah, you can either use like one of your revival skills or go take a nap.
Wait, now he's fine again. Oh, he leveled up. That's right. Ha ha ha.
Take that.
Wait, you're going the wrong way. Let me just save you some misery. Yep, go left.
Okay, get me where I gotta go.
And down.
Is there an easy way that
And-
I would have known this by looking at like a map?
You actually can. There's a map. It's the right button on the Xbox controller when plugged into my PC. So this is actually very useful because it's going to save you a lot of misery up until a point. But, so yeah, you'll just want to go down.
Wait, how did I get it to come up? There it is. All right.
So remember when you couldn't go into the garage earlier?
Yes.
Now you want to go into the garage, which I believe is to your right.
Or do I? Oh my god!
another battle.
This is a mess. There are lots of people here.
I've got your back, bro.
He's got my back, bro. I'm his bro.
Yep.
We're bros.
He gets your back, bro, like 3 or 4 times per battle.
Oh man, he's got your back, bro, for the whole game.
So those of you at home might notice that the game has like the psychedelic pattern background that Earthbound had.
It's cute.
Yes, but
Got your back, bro.
I mentioned it in the review, like the fact that this game's biggest selling point is that you liked Earthbound does not bode well for the game itself.
Right, the idea is that the game reminds you of another game.
Yeah.
Hey, remember that game? That was fun. Play a shitty
that.
version of it.
I'm sad that they never made another one. Oh cool, I can change the difficulty even more.
Or when you get later into the game and you're really sick of it, you can turn it all the way down and not deal with this crap. Right, up, right.
Terrorist spotted. Request, sir. How could we?
Oh no.
Blah, blah, who cares?
Oh, yo,
Rah, 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 rah.
Oh, that's
don't forget to protect me.
combat anyway. Is that where I'm supposed to be going? Is back
Yes.
back into the White House?
Yep, you gotta go meet with the president.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll do that instead of recruiting somebody.
This calls
Actually,
for a
Either
celebration.
way, who cares?
Are we just done?
I think-
Have you seen enough of this?
I'm
Yeah.
done.
It's not a bad game.
It's
I
kind of
would-
a bad game.
It's close to a bad game. If there is a person there is a person who has an itch that this will scratch. Like absolutely. It's just
For a bit.
I don't think it's any of us. You said what? The game ran you like 17 hours?
17 hours. I think if you wanted to recruit everybody, you could make it last much longer.
Quite a bit longer than that.
But frankly, the charm was lost on me after like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's on PSN, PC, the Vita. It's on everything, and I think it's like $15.99, which isn't bad for a 20-hour RPG. Like if this is your jam, you should be able to tell from just watching this whether or not you're feeling it or into it. I don't want to. I don't want to fight anybody. I just want
I spend a lot of this game learning the tactics of running away.
just how to strategically avoid. I know. Like I don't want to go anywhere because I don't want to get into combat. So There you go. Citizens.
I think that's when you reach the point of the game where you're ready to be done.
Citizens of Earth. So
It's great.
anyway, I think we're gonna try and do more of these and just kind of show the games in action, talk about them a little more. Oh, did you see how my teeth glowed? Look at that. Wait, hold still, hold still, hold still. Anyway, while I'm waiting, there they look at that.
Ooh.
That is a touch. That's finesse right there.
That's why you play the game.
So if it seems like it's up your alley, go and snag it. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, let us know. Of course, go check us out, enemyslime.com if you didn't already. And
Maybe you love the game and we're stupid.
maybe you love
write
it,
us an
and
email.
we're idiots. Write us an email, whatever. We're kind of dumb. We're dumb people.
Tell
We
us
don't-
why it'll be 2015 game of the year.
Michael and I absolutely don't know what makes a good RPG. There's
Yep.
no way that we could have any idea. Oh, that's I can't. All right.
We're done.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.